welcome to the start of our new campaign, The Swords That Bind. Hopefully I have set this up correctly and you guys can all hear me, because this is the first proper live stream of all of us. So, some of you know who I am. I'm Gareth, also known as Icthus the GM, and Icthus in pretty much every game I've ever played. We have 4 players in this campaign, with Emily, who's living. We have Gary, and
Hello.
we have Francis, and we have
Hello.
Zoe. So everybody here is an experienced LARPer as well as a role-playing game expert. Isn't that right, Emily?
Mm-hmm.
So where we're starting this here is in the desert city of Zahkara. It hasn't been used for any campaign settings for a very long time, so I thought, yeah, why not? Let's have a go here. So, Emily, do you want to start us off?
I was right. My pizza is here now. Excuse me.
No worries.
Sorry.
Emily, do you want to start off with who you're playing and what type of character they are?
Yeah, I'm playing Niobe Hatim. Is that how I say it, Gary? Hatim?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Niobe Hatim, and I am a ranger bard. I've never played a ranger or bard before, so this should be interesting. And I'm a bit of a, what to say, knob.
Okay. Yeah. So
I like performing.
yeah. So Gary here is playing your brother, I believe.
Oh yes, okay, yeah. So I'm a twin, and Gary's playing my other half.
Okay, so Gary, what are you playing?
I'm playing Jamal Hateen, Emily's Nobody's little twin brother. I'm playing Bard Druid. So again, different. I've never played these before, so tried different classes. So a bit of fun. Get something into some trouble.
Not like you at all.
Nope.
Gary, you've got red on your face.
So, Zoe, we'll go on to you.
I'm playing Shabina, and she is a cleric and paladin of Jisan, who is a goddess of storms and flooding and fertility and productivity and things like that.
Okay.
And yeah, she's just
Sorry, what was that name again?
an old grumpy elf.
What have you got?
Shabina.
No, you goddess.
Oh,
For
Jisan.
reasons. Flooding.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh, very good. Should I wear an eye only or?
So as you can see over my shoulder here, Shiva, my husky, will occasionally yelp and stuff to be touched
Chime
and
in.
stretched. Yeah, so she'll sing you the songs of her people at some point, so I do apologise. Yeah. Other than that, she's fast asleep right now. So, Francis, what are you playing?
I am playing Lapis Blue, which is the stage name of a lady who very recently thought she was only claiming to have Jin ancestry, but is actually an Aasimar Blame Gareth. And that's how I became a warlock.
Yes, you can blame me on that one. So, I will start off the campaign here. I will just give some of the viewers some of the background of this area. So, Zahkara is a very large city. It is based right on the edge of a large lake that leads out to the sea, so it's brackish water. It is the gem or the jewel of the desert. You can see the city for absolutely miles around. During the height of the sort of the travelling and the market times, it has close to 2 million people in the city. whenever it's low season, you're looking about 800,000. So it is a very, very big city. So that is where we're currently going to start. It is, think of Arabian Nights. That's the best way we can describe the area we're in. So we're going to start with you guys. You guys have known each other before. This is actually you meeting up for the first time since the incident, which I'm sure we'll come across at some point. So the tavern itself is called the Genie's Turban. Inside the tavern, there's plenty of foreigners. Many different tongues are spoke. And I believe the Hatim twins are currently performing, getting as much carnage thrown at them as possible. The tavern is very, very busy. Nobody sort of stands out from the crowd as unique in any way. There's a lot of quiet chatter as well as rowdiness. So what sort of songs are you wanting to play?
Rude ones.
Rude ones?
Yeah.
I'm in the background playing on my lyre for her.
Okay.
I think they're going down like really badly.
So are you trying to make the people laugh then?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get a performance roll from the two of you?
Where's my thing?
Okay. So Gary got an 11.
I don't know if they add stuff.
And,
I got 50.
50. So Gary is Jamil is absolutely busting out on his lute, and Niobe makes a faux pas and accidentally insults a quarter of the audience, thinking that she's hilarious.
I am sitting at the bar pretending not to know them.
Not a problem. As your insults go out, the mistranslation of your words falls upon some of the Sultan's guards, who you see their hand go down to the hilt of their sword and they just flick it out of the sheath a wee bit.
So he puts his hands. Oh no, I'm terrible. Hands on sheaths. Can I say something really kind of lewd? I don't know. Something like, need a hand with your sheath, boyos. Just one thou need handeth with thou sheatheth. Do you want me to do another roll?
I'm assuming you're not trying to charm him.
No, I'm just kind of trying to be funny.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
yeah, maybe actually. Maybe I'm trying to charm him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me
I have been typecast.
You've thrown yourself into this one.
By whom?
Myself. Okay, so
can you give me a
what am I
charisma
rolling?
roll, please?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Oh God, that's a +3 though as well, because I've got.
That's
Still.
Guys, I'm bad at this. Okay, do you not know?
So
I got a 5.
You're not actually rolling your charisma. So if you open up your character sheet,
Gareth, you keep
Yeah.
your voice keeps cutting out.
oh,
Yeah.
that's not so good. Is that any better there?
Well, you have to keep talking. It's just every now and again it drops out.
Okay, sorry about that there.
Sorry.
I don't know why I keep dropping
sorry.
it.
What did you say? Did I do a charisma roll?
You actually just did a D20 rather than a charisma.
Sorry.
So use your character sheet there and roll again there.
You're still cutting out, sorry.
You're still cutting out.
If you use your character sheet, there's a little dice just on the left-hand side of each of your ability modifiers. So if you just click that dice, it should...
Where's that?
On your character sheet.
Yeah.
So on the main tab.
Oh, okay.
You'll see where your strength, your dex, and everything is. If you just grab the little D20 that's in the left-hand side, and then just pull it out, and then just drop it onto the chat panel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, okay,
Damn,
so a natural 20. That worked out a lot better for you there.
Nat 20, guys.
So not only did you help him remove his sword from his sheath, you pull the sword out and he falls to his knees as you whip the sword up into a nice flourish as it spins in the air, and you grab it to stab it down onto the ground again.
So like sexily.
Yep. You spin it up into the air, grab the handle, and straight down to the ground again. And he has fallen at your knees, and you can you can nearly see the love hearts just floating out of his eyes.
So I kind of look at my brother to be like, steal his money.
So
but I just give him like the look of
the knowing look.
The look. Oh no, this is a guard. Why am I doing this? Do it.
I think Shabina's going to be joining Lapis for that drink.
So Gary, are you going to continue playing the lute, or are you going to...
Yes, very embarrassingly, trying to not look at her as she does this.
Okay. So as you do this absolutely amazing acrobatics with the sword, you manage to grab the attention of the entire audience.
Naturally.
They are all very, very interested. You know, you have them all staring at you.
Okay, so I'm gonna like kind of do a little skirt lift up, like doo-doo-doo-doo.
So you're not doing are we burlesque dance now, is it?
Kind of like look at my ankles, boys. Because I'm trying to distract them, so then you guys can rob these geezers, or you guys at the bar can start trying to rob everyone. Because I'm kind of trying to give you all a look like, look, I got my ankles out.
Okay, so Lapis, Sabina, any interest in robbing people? After Naomi,
we've been having a conversation in Celestial in the Fantasy Crowns.
Okay.
Keeping it low key.
Okay.
Boring.
So as you look over, you can see that they have absolutely no interest in you at all, and they've both got a pint of ale, just chatting to each other.
Oh God. Okay, so I'm gonna with the sword, I'm gonna kind of take it, run it up the guy a little bit, and then kind of shuffle towards the bar, like.
Okay.
With the guy's sword.
Not a problem. Okay, so
while she's doing that, I'm going to try and dance. Walk round back up, playing the music for their dance, and I'm going to cast Mage Hand on close people and try and pick their pockets.
Yes.
that is perfectly acceptable. So, as you start to belly dance, using the sword as some sort of focal point for the people, their eyes are completely focused on you. They are absolutely enamored by you. Gary, you're doing your mage hand.
Yep. On
the Sultan's Guard, or
whoever's closest to me. Yeah, whoever's got the back towards me. If they're all focusing on my sister.
Okay, so the guard. I'll do the guard here. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Yeah. So The guard is too enamored with Naomi and her saucy dancing.
My ankles.
Everyone knows you have the sexiest ankles.
Ooh.
So the bag just slips away from the guy's belt, and I'm assuming you're not floating this through the air to you, but you're leaving it on the ground.
Set in the ground, and I'm going near to kind of slide in an area I know where I can hide stuff, like a table or chair behind us.
Okay, not a problem. I have no idea who that person is, but apparently there's blood everywhere.
Oh.
In the chat.
Well, don't bleed. Oh, God.
So, as you bend down, you hear the guard under his breath just going, "She is as beautiful as a goddess."
Hmm?
So you hear the guard whispering under his breath, "She is as beautiful as a goddess."
You're beautiful as a goddess.
Okay. So I'm going to continue to do sexy eyebrows. Not really sexy, but
sexy eyebrows. That's
check these sexy eyebrows out. And I'm going to be like, "You want some of these, uncle?" Ooh, and then lift my skirt up a little bit more, "Ooh, there's my calves." Ooh. And then maybe what?
Is this tavern an inn?
It is, yes. There is a bedding and stuff upstairs. Yeah.
I would like to preemptively rent a room.
Okay.
I see where you're going with this.
No, I see where you're going.
Okay. So.
I'm also shuffling still towards the bar, by the way, "Hey, guys!"
Not a problem. I'm assuming that you're going to Coyote Ugly, the bar here.
Gareth, you cut out again, sorry.
I have no idea what's going on here. I can hear all you guys, no problem, so I do apologise.
Yeah, it just seems to be you, which is odd.
Yeah. Okay, so you're up at the bar now. You're pretty much right beside these guys now. So, Naomi is less than sort of 3 foot away from you two as you're...
I'm just going to turn myself so that I'm facing the opposite direction from her.
I'm going to put my back up onto Shabina and then go like this with my hand and kind of go underneath my skirt and then whap out one of my calves.
Okay.
Oh no, Lord.
But really slowly, what am I doing up in my skirt? Ha ha!
Okay. So.
Sorry.
You hear the isn't it
what that noise I just made was carry on.
You keep false teeth up your skirt apparently.
No, what are they called? The chicky things that I've got in my bag right there.
They should be in your bag.
Chakrams.
Yeah,
castanets.
Castanets?
Yes, castanets.
Yeah, something out there.
Chakra. Yeah, castanet, that's the dude.
So, Jamil, everybody seems to be completely enamoured by your sister. Are you wanting to do anything else here?
Oh, I'm going to try and pickpocket as many as I can with Mage Hand.
Okay.
I'd like to scope exits for when this goes wrong.
Okay. Can I get a... let's see. Where's your character sheet, actually? Just to see what your...
You want to slide a hand?
Yeah, but I just want to see what your skills currently are. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, give me a sleight of hand roller. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, you're doing perfectly fine. You've got a couple of coin purses. I'm assuming you're not going to open them and count them now.
No, they've been set in the ground and drag me handed back slowly on the ground to like the table where we've been sitting at.
Okay, not a problem.
Where our kits are like knapsacks are.
Okay, no, absolutely no problem. So from here, the innkeep comes to you, Lapis, and hands you a key. Says, "There you go. That's a gold piece. You've got the suite." He says, "Look, since your friends are entertaining the guests tonight, they're keeping the food and drink flowing. I'll throw in a meal for the four of you."
Brilliant. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
So, do you want that served here, or would you like that served in your suite?
Could you give me a few minutes? Once they've finished this number, I'll see what they think. Okay. They're performing, so they might want to stay with the crowd.
Just give me a shout whenever you want it. Sure. I'll just get the chef preparing something special for you. So he sets down another 2 drinks for you as well, and leaves.
Yes. What did you? Is this my fault? I don't know.
So Sabina.
Oh God! What do I let myself in for?
Sabina.
Sabina.
I was waiting for that. My face, like.
Sorry, Sabina.
He said Sabina again.
Sorry. Shabina.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay. Your passive perception's fine. You see from the corner of the room, someone's been listening into your conversation. They're definitely intent in hearing exactly what you've been saying.
I'm going to say something ridiculously... Well, considering that I've been exclusively conversing in Celestial, I'm going to say something really, like, a really disgusting comment, like the kind of swear word that is really socially unacceptable in Celestial, and see if their face responds in any way.
Okay.
You what now?
So, what you see from the man is his eyes widen as a wee cheeky grin goes across his face.
Is he?
Why would you say that to me?
I'm gonna just kind of like flail my hand in front of Lapis's face for a second. Okay,
no, you're drunk.
No, I'm going to stand up and shout "Oi" at him.
In Celestial?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm fairly certain everybody has...
Although I feel like "Oi" in Celestial is probably also just "Oi."
It's that or "Be not afraid."
Sorry, I'm just seeing who has decent enough. Okay. Niobe and Shabina. You both have high enough passive perception here. Unless are any of you actively looking here?
Sorry, am I what?
Are any of you actively looking at this guy?
I've just stood up, faced him, and shouted at him. I don't know whether...
I am definitely paying attention to what Shabina is doing.
So you're...
I'm not. I'm just like... Woo.
Okay, so Shabina, you see the guy wink at you, and he does the "come hither."
One moment, please. Not that I'm checking what weapons I have or anything. Okay. We good. Right. Going to march straight for him. Like, have we entertained you? You seem to be, intently listening to our conversation. What's that about?
He speaks to you in Celestial. It is good to hear my mother tongue again.
Your mother tongue. Can I roll to see if I know of any particular areas, regions, or races that have that as their mother tongue?
Yeah.
And does he just look human, or?
He's mostly covered up like the standard Persian wear of the headgear, the long. So really, all you can see is his face.
Okay. Does he have particularly freaky eyes or anything?
It depends what you classify as freaky.
Okay, well, I'm going to roll. What am I going to roll? What would be... What would be the right roll for that?
Let's see, I'll check what you have.
I'm not above thoroughly investigating and rolling medicine.
Give me insight.
Alright. That'll do, I suppose.
It's all right. As you see him talk to you, you can see that his tongue is slightly forked, but he doesn't appear to be 100% human.
Okay. Is he at a table?
He is at a table. He's sitting down.
Is there anyone else at the table and other chairs?
There's other chairs, yeah. It's a small table of about 4 chairs. You can certainly sit down if you want to sit down one. I'm
going to park my butt down. I'm going to turn around and look at Lapis, direct my head over and pat the chair beside me. And then I'm going to lean forward and be like, so where are you from? I'm making...
Okay.
So,
you just literally walked right past me. Like, I've been rubbing up on you and you just gone, bye. So I've gone, okay then. So I'm like on the bar, like doing my thing, trying to distract everyone while they're having their little combo.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to pirouette around the bard and go sit down.
Fair enough. Okay, so you strangely have a Lapis rub against you as she gets past you. Again, you're certain you washed this morning, so you don't know why they've decided to walk away, but they've got up, walked away, and joined this other man at the table. So, Shabina, sorry, what was it you said again?
What do you mean? Oh, so where are you from? But in a very keen, invasive way. This was like roll intimidation on that, could I?
Is this what you're shouting at me?
Yes.
Wow.
Can I roll intimidation? Because I'm behaving very in his face.
If you want to intimidate him, are you sitting down?
Only mildly intimidate him? Yeah, but I'm kind of like half leaning across the table in a very, hello.
Okay. Yeah, give me intimidation then, please. Okay. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay. So, he does sort of roll back into the chair a wee bit more, puts a wee bit more distance between you and him. However, you can see that he isn't exactly comfortable with you there. I don't think you would you would know where I'm from.
Well, care to explain? I'm always interested in finding out new things.
He should be. No, why are you asking this guy where he?
Oh, he was listening into our conversation.
Okay.
Are you
moderately rude? But
are you speaking in Celestial here, or?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
eavesdropping, moderately rude, but what does that have to do with where he's from?
And then he beckoned me over, and he said it was his mother tongue, and now I'm curious.
I do.
Oh, for real?
It's just it's unusual to hear mortals speak in my tongue.
Are you not mortal?
I am definitely not of this realm.
Do go on.
You are local to the area, yes?
Yes, very local.
And you haven't heard of the Jinn at all?
Well, yes, but they don't tend to frequent most areas.
I did myself.
Most
I was like,
areas.
oh gosh, okay.
Lapis, you hear a whispering voice inside your head saying, This one is good. One of the good ones. I know his tribe.
I'm trying to subtly give Lapis like a wary side eye of what the fuck should we do here. Do I need to roll stealth for that for him to not notice?
Let me check. Yeah, give me a stealth on that there.
Not great.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, so
it's just going to... the people in the chat can't see our rolls.
Oh, yeah.
No, they can't see the rolls. That's non-obvious, though. So...
Do you know anything of the Isle tribes?
You know of the Isles?
I've heard of them. Enough to know that I don't know enough.
Oh, well, yes, I'm from the Isles. I come to Zahkara and spend most of my time here, but I'm originally from the Isles. Yes.
What happened there? Someone told me of an atrocity.
How far back do you want me to go?
About 1,000 years. Just watching the sweat drop get bigger and bigger.
Okay. 1,000 years ago, I believe that was the creation of the Isles. The land was put asunder, breaking up the Isles from the mainland.
That's interesting. Asking because I recently became acquainted with someone from there.
I know of some of the tribes that.
Sorry, Gareth. I've lost. Sorry, Gareth. I've lost audio from you.
Oh, anybody else hear me?
Gareth, stop poking your mouth when you're talking as well.
Sorry. Can
Yes, ma'am.
Can you still hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. I know of many of the tribes of the Isles now, but not everyone survived the sundering.
Figures.
Have you made your way to the Isles recently, or?
No, I met someone who was imprisoned here.
Someone that was imprisoned here in Zahkara?
Not in the city, but nearby. Far away from the Isles.
And is... do you know why he was imprisoned?
Nope. Falsely, of course.
Oh, yes. Everyone is always falsely imprisoned. But, no, I haven't been back in probably 40 years or so. So the current tribe mechanics is not exactly my forte right now.
Hi, I'm Lapis. How are you?
I'm good.
Are you regretting talking to us yet?
Hey, he beckoned me over. If he got more than he bargained for, behold.
Like I said, I am unpracticed in speaking my own tongue, and it's nice to hear my own tongue again.
Well, you're getting plenty of practice now, and you would have more if you would tell us a little bit more about, who you are, where you're from.
What to call you?
Why you here?
Oh, my name is Cyan.
What?
Cyan.
Beautifully timed mic cut out.
Yeah.
Huh, wait. CYAN?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does my name sound familiar?
I've learned recently that I have some family connection to the Isles, so I was wondering about another name which is also a shade of blue.
Oh, and what is this name?
Well, mine, Lapis. It's a blue gemstone.
Oh. No, it's not. The name does not sound familiar to me. It doesn't seem similar to any of my tribesmen either. The guardsman that was absolutely enamored by you just seems to be getting closer and closer to you as you dance on top of the bar now.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. I'm like full on Coyote Ugly in it now.
Blink twice if you need rescue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gary, can you give me another sleight of hand there as well?
Okay.
Can I try and get some free drinks from the bar guy too?
I was a 6.
That was a 6. Give me 2 seconds. If you want to reach over and grab a drink, you're more than welcome to try.
Yeah, I'm that bold. I'm going to kind of is the bar person there?
Yep, he's standing.
Is he watching me with a smiley face?
He's watching you and enjoying what he's seeing.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of linkily lean over the bar and get 2 bottles, is this okay? I'm doing it anyway.
He blows you a kiss.
Yeah. So then I drink one, and then I'm gonna pass my brother the other one.
Okay. Jamil.
He can't drink though, can he? He can't take it, so I'm just gonna kind of pour it in his mouth like
he's suckling from a teat.
Oh no!
Oh god!
So Jamil, the last guy that you tried to pickpocket, spins his hand round, tries to grab his coin purse and feels nothing, and is looking around. Go, just, what the hell? So he has broken whatever spell, or you've broken whatever spell that held him enamored.
I'm guessing when she pours that in my mouth, that's when the kind of my magic hand disappears and drops the coin purse on the ground.
Yeah. So, what are you doing now then?
But if her pouring out of my mouth, I'm going to start kind of coughing and choking and kind of mess up the song and kind of bring it to the end for myself.
Okay.
I'm passing the bottle round to people like, oh, there's no coin purses dropped on the floor. Have this bottle, and you go, I do.
Okay. Lapis, a voice again says to you, ask him about the Isle of Firethorns.
You broke up again there.
Broke up again, yeah.
Don't know why. Ask him about the Isle of Firethorns.
Again.
The Isle of
Firethorns.
Fire.
What's a firethorn?
What is a firethorn?
Yeah. And why is there an island of them?
Oh, it's a great forest in the Isles. It used to be a place surrounded by these great pillars of fire that licked to the sky, as if a bush of great thorns. But it's now it's the fires have now been quenched. After the sundering, that part of the isle fell into the sea, and we now have what we call the Bay of Chaos.
At the risk of asking what might be an obvious question, why is it called the Bay of Chaos?
Well, as you know, whenever fire and water meet, there's great pillars of steam that have blasted out anytime the heat gets too intense, which has created a disastrous bay for our boats to even try to come into the forest from that way. You certainly seem to know an awful lot about the Isles.
She's very well read.
Sure.
I didn't realize
Fingers crossed with me.
I didn't realize that the Jinn kept their geography as well documented.
If you know the right places to look, isn't that right, Lapis? And I'm going to give her a little bit of an elbow.
Gareth, can I make an insight check?
Yeah, what are you trying to understand?
I'm trying to understand this particular person's attitude to the Jinn.
Okay. Yep, give me an insight check.
Ability.
And there is
Skills.
just staring at you.
Yeah, she had an expert flump.
That was a 1.
Oh no.
That was a 1.
Oh no.
Okay. So, from your understanding of this, he holds other Jinn in disregard.
Okay.
He doesn't think that anybody else should know about the Isles and the chaos that ensued from them.
Okay. To be honest, I didn't realize it was intended to be a secret.
It's not a secret as such. It's more that people don't tend to appreciate the djinn for what they are.
I'm going to kind of see like that you guys are having like an intense convo and kind of think that I'm going to be helpful by coming over like and being a twat. Like, shut. I'm one of those girls.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of...
I will take a shot.
So I just thrust it at both of you. Do this. And then I'm like, just say to the guy, hey!
Hello
I'm
there.
going to awkwardly side-eye Niobe and be like, thank you, dear.
Welcome!
I'm assuming this is your friend?
Yeah.
Yes. For our sins.
Would you like a drink? And I just literally put it in his mouth.
I will certainly have... What exactly is this?
Oh. Sorry, what?
So are you actually shoving it into his mouth? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He drinks it, and you can start to see his skin shimmer as the liquid flows in down his throat and down the edges of his mouth.
Interesting.
I am going to take a handkerchief out of my sleeve and present him with it politely.
He reaches over and takes it and dabs, and hands it back to you as he looks over to Niobe and thank you, dear. That was lovely.
I'm going to kind of turn to the girls and be like, everything okay? But really obviously, but I think I'm not being obvious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to give Niobe the key to the suite.
Okay.
And I'll be like, for people that are just listening, I just put that down my cleavage.
No problem.
It's just dawned on Shabina that she's probably going to have to poke that out of her passed out cleavage later so that we can get into the room, but it's fine.
This is sounding vaguely familiar.
I'm not saying that's why I did it, but
can I sit on this guy's knee as well?
He's sitting quite close to the table, so do you want to push him back?
No, I don't want to push him. Yeah, I don't really want to be pushing the table and stuff. That'd be a bit awkward. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to ask him if he wants to dance.
Yes, I will dance. Do you know the...
Good muffin man?
do you know the dance of the drunken sultan?
No, but I can sure try if you get me drunk enough.
He stands up and grabs the two bottles from you. So he has the two bottles in his hand. He stands up and gets up onto one of the tables.
Please pass out. No, I'm not.
And he starts to do a similar dance to, do you know the Russian low down knee kick dances?
Yes.
Where he does that but slides the leg under, hits the knee off the ground, under again, and does this over under dance whilst chugging on the bottles.
That's amazing. I'm totally impressed. Like, I'm like...
But what's unusual about this is he seems to be able to have both feet off the ground simultaneously and still remain in exactly the same location.
He's like floating.
Kind of. Yeah.
How?
So is he on the table? Sorry.
He's currently standing on top of the table doing this dance. The table doesn't appear to be rocking or anything like that.
Okay. I might kind of just try and put my hand under his...
So what are you trying? Are you touching his legs or what are you doing?
Well, did you say there was like a piece that didn't have anything, like he was just kind of levitating?
He every so often it appears to be that both his feet are off the ground or off the table, and he seems to be staying there.
I might like... Oh, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my like hat. I haven't got a hat on ever. I have a hat on. No, I'm gonna take my handkerchief and kind of roll it up and be like, "Big hand for the guy, coins around, like give us a moolah and check this dude out."
Okay, give me a charisma roll for that. Actually.
Oh, that's my strong suit. Oh God, no, it's not. I rolled a 7.
It didn't go through.
Did it not?
No.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yeah, it didn't come through on the thing. Roll.
Oh well, I'll have to do it again then.
Yeah.
What?
It has. It's a 7.
Yeah, it's a 7.
I'm not coming through. Oh, you guys are talking as well. It's all right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep, 7. Okay. You get a cheer, but nobody seems to throw any coin. Your charisma from earlier on has ran out, and it's you did well out of that natural 20, but it's starting to wear out, starting to wear thin.
Am I getting a bit too drunk?
If you get drunk this quickly, that must mean very, very strong alcohol.
You cut out at the end there.
I said it must have been very, very strong alcohol.
Ah.
So, as he's dancing, you can see a smile come across his face, and he starts to spin on the spot whilst doing this dance, looking around the room. He's definitely happy.
I'm getting really annoyed at the fact that he's like so amazing, so I'm just going to push him.
just like a proper shove, or
kind of like trying to get him out of the dance thing. Okay. Like woohoo, but playfully, not like.
Okay, 2 seconds.
Like,
you.
Yeah, like you.
Okay. Okay, so you push him. He does this absolutely incredible flip off the table and lands in a cross-legged bounce on the ground, and then stands up to a big ta-da.
I'm going to just go
amazing,
but be secretly totally impressed.
The crowd is going absolutely wild for this here. This is something that they've not seen before.
Buddy, anyone?
The guard walks up to you, and he has a very, very deep voice. You can tell that he's had years and years of weights trainings, and he is very broad-chested. My lady, I must request that my sword is returned to me.
Oh, the sword, did you say?
Yeah.
I should have the sword. I had the sword, and then I didn't have the sword.
I passed should be in a 5 gold per our earlier bet.
Okay. I think the sword is near the bar. Oh, yeah, okay, so when I stood up on the bar, I probably propped it up like near the chairs. So I'm going to kind of go over and see if it's there.
Shimmy over and grab them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll come back and just be like...
So he bows and takes the sword and puts it back into his sheath. My lady, I believe the four of you are requested to come with me to the House of the Sultan.
The four of us.
Yes.
Ooh! And I just go, 1 moment, please. And I kind of go over to Lapis and be like, hey, Lapis.
What?
Okay, so this guy here says that we've been requested to go to some Sultan dude's house. Do you want to go? Should we go? Let's go!
I'm going to switch to speaking in common. For the twins' benefit. I see. I will be continuing to understand what shame feels like.
Hey, broski. Are we going?
I'm currently over the corner, kind of putting stuff in her bag. And you're doing all this, like, I'm not doing nothing.
So I'll be like, he's coming. So
Let's pack our things. Excuse me, Sir Guard. Should we expect to be back in time to have dinner?
I believe Al-Assad has laid out a banquet in your honour.
Has laid out, and then you bunt.
A banquet in your honour.
Ankles. Told you. Let's go.
Our honour? Did we do something?
We're invited. We're not arrested. Let's go.
Fair point.
Shots.
That's not what anyone said.
The Khalil has heard of your deeds and wishes to hire you as adventurers to the throne.
What did you say his name was again?
Al-Assad. His full name, just so you know, is Al-Assad Al-Azhar.
Al-Assad what?
Al-Assad Al-Azhar.
Alakazam?
Yep. His title is Khalil.
Okay. We'll gather our things and guess we will join you soon.
I am to bring you, so I will wait outside until you're ready.
Excellent. Okay. Once he's outside, I'm going to gesture to Niobe's chest for her to get the key out, and then I'm going to gesture to Jamil to get the crap that he stole in the room.
Before he leaves, he grabs your hand, Niobe, and leans forward and kisses you on the palm. Or sorry, on the back of your hand.
On the back!
On the back of your hand, sorry. And he holds your hand as he looks into your eyes.
Salty.
And says, there are no statues in the goddess's temples as beautiful as you.
And I go, what on well, I don't know what that means.
I'm going to angrily slap my sickle onto the table.
And I'll be acting totally flattered and like do a fluttery eyelash and pretend that I'm totally impressed and then turn around to my group and be like,
I'm going to make eye contact with Cyan and go, bye.
the guard turns and leaves and says, as he leaves, he says, I will be waiting outside.
You cut out again.
I'll be waiting for you outside. I will have some of our palanquins made ready for you.
Well, all right then.
Does this sound like a trap to anyone else?
No, it'll be fine.
I didn't think we were important enough to merit this kind of trap.
Hey, have you seen my uncles?
Many times.
So many times.
So, are we alone now?
No, we're in a bar.
You're in a very busy bar.
Should we all go to the room to have a quick chat?
Yes.
Yes, please.
And stash some things.
Yes.
Okay. So, I get it out of my cleft. And put a very sweaty key into Shabina's hand.
Thank you, dear. And I very awkwardly rub it on some of my clothing to get the sweat off before inserting it into the door.
Lovely.
Sticky.
The door opens fine. Sorry, I'm just adjusting some settings here. As you go in, it really is a suite. This is quite the room. There's multiple rooms off a central area that is covered in a rugged and pillowed area.
Lapis, are you sure this is within our budget?
I've already paid, so it's fine. You say that like I have a budget.
Well, I'm just going to literally take a running nosedive into the pillows.
So you're going to jump straight into the pillows?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep, no problem. As you jump in, some of the pillows rupture and down feathers.
Hey, I'm not that big, okay?
This isn't a top quality inn either.
Yeah. So, just loads of feathers, boom.
Yeah, they just pop out from the sides of it.
I'm gonna, yay!
Can we sober her up?
I don't even think she's drunk.
She really isn't that drunk.
Oh.
I think I'm just playing myself. Yeah. Okay, so this is the plan, guys. The plan is we go to the Sultan's Gaff and then we rub in. Yeah?
No.
Why would we go to a Sultan's house?
Well, the guard alluded to him wanting us to adventure for him.
Fortune and glory.
Yes, there may be an opportunity where we have to acquire something for him, but we acquire the rest for ourselves.
This is always a possibility.
Okay.
If it turns out to be a trap, then we can rob him.
Okay. I'm fine with this. And so is my brother. And I badge him.
You get absolutely no choice in this.
As I'm sitting
Apparently not.
Okay.
Jamil, how is your evening going?
Okay, I'm fine. Sorry,
Jamil,
open the bag.
Have you stashed everything that was acquired during your performance?
I'm just about to count it.
Okay, I think we can count it another time. At the minute we're being expected, and the longer we take, the more suspicious it'll be.
It's never suspicious.
Who's saying that?
It's just a voice in my head. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to empty all the pouches and stuff, and then I'm going to try and stash the pouches we've got in pockets, and as I'm leaving, kind of hide them around the place empty. So I haven't got anything. Ideas back.
Okay. At a very, very rough preliminary look, you've about 12 to 15 gold.
Okay.
So, what are you doing from here then?
get our stuff.
I'm making sure that my armor and my weapons are all nice and shiny and ready to go and very presentable, thing as I'm going to be meeting someone fancy who's a potential employer.
Okay.
I'm interview ready.
I am preparing to wing it.
Okay.
I'm going to eyebrows on fleek. And then we're going.
How long are you going to take?
Not long.
Like a couple of minutes, probably.
Yeah?
Just checking self. Yeah.
Okay.
Knives, yes. Hitty stick, yes.
I'm going to wild shape into a caracal and start just walking around my sister's feet.
Oh, yay, my favorite kitty.
Okay.
Am I the only one who's creeped out when that happens?
Yes. I'm going to be like,
Fair enough. If that's what tickles your fancy, work away.
Caracals are my favorite.
So, after a few minutes, I'm assuming you're making your way down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Another bard has taken over from your wonderful adventure as a bar wench. He's singing a very sad melody about some battle where many husbands were lost, but that's not something that you guys know a great deal about. The djinn that you were talking to earlier, he's doesn't appear to be there anymore. He seems to have left. Jamil, do you want to walk around dropping these bags, or what are you trying to do?
No, I'm literally, well, I've got to come out of the room holding them in my mouth and kind of going to drop them like down the corridor and the hallway from our room.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem. That's fine. You're just leaving breadcrumbs to your room.
Yeah, exactly.
Around all people's rooms.
Dude.
Okay. As you make your way out to the front, there's two very large palanquins with what look like well looked after slaves.
What's a palanquin, sorry?
Do you know those fancy beds that have people carrying them? That have,
yeah.
Like it's basically a 4-poster bed that's being carried by a number of men that have curtains and all around them.
Amazing! I'm going to be loving this. Yeah.
So,
I'm like, shotgun! All of the bed.
What way are you going to split up?
I'll go with my bro.
I'm just a cat, so I'm with her, just like a big cat.
Okay.
I'm going to get into one without paying attention to where anyone else is going.
Okay. So you're just going to jump into any of them, or?
Yep.
Okay. You just jump into the first one that's there, and it once you jump in, you notice that the guard is in your one.
The guard's in our way?
No, the guard's in the palanquin where Lapis has just jumped in. He turns to you and say, I was hoping for the other one.
Sorry, I'm not her.
Shabina?
I'll walk, thanks.
You're just going to walk?
Mm-hmm.
The guard pops his head out and Shabina, or no, he doesn't know your name. I believe it's best that you enter one of these palanquins. We will be going through some of the dodgier areas of
security risk, yo.
How many guards will be coming with us?
It is just myself.
I think we'll be more secure if I'm outside of it, thank you.
I would feel more comfortable if you were to enter.
How far is it?
It is the other side of the town, or the city. If you're to walk, I will walk with you.
That would be preferred, thank you.
Okay. He leaves. Gary, can you turn your light on? It's very dark there. As
It's atmospheric.
sorry, as he jumps out of the palanquin, it leaves Lapis in the palanquin by herself. So you can now starfish if you really want.
I'm going to take a nap.
So as you set off, he says it'll be probably about 20 minutes for us to make it across to the Sultan's house. He points off into the distance, and you see a exceptionally large building with an incredibly polished roof and spires to it, that as the sun glistens off it, it shines really, really brightly, almost blindingly. And you remember why this is known as the jewel of the desert. This is where we will be going. Does anybody want to do anything before we leave?
Before we leave what? The carts?
Before we leave towards the castle
bar.
Nope.
No, okay. Milady, please follow me to the front of the palanquins, please.
Off I trot.
As the slaves pick up the palanquins and start to walk, this is a new experience for all of you. You've never been in anything of such a high class or such a high ranking mode of transport inside the city. It's odd because Shabina, as you walk down, the crowds separate because they see the sigils, knowing that this is somebody important in the city. As the guards walking beside you, milady, might I know your name?
Shavina. Yours?
We are not giving names.
I would advise that you do not tell Niobe this, for she will name you.
I am only known as the captain of the guards.
Then I shall call you Captain.
It's an odd tradition that when we become the guardsmen of the Sultan, that we surrender our birth names. It
doesn't
is
seem that strange.
It is odd to be called by one thing, to then give up your family name as well as your name just to guard somebody.
When I joined my temple, it was customary to give up my family name, and I kept my birth name, but it's not that unusual.
Maybe not in the faith, but being an officer, it is unusual.
Okay. You, it seems to bother you. Is there something you'd like to talk about whilst we travel?
Your lady friend, the singer.
lady might be a stretch, but yes.
Sorry, hairball.
Be quiet. Some of us are napping.
Is that her husband that she sings
That
with?
is her brother.
That she's petting.
So I can see that the nagging might cause some confusion.
And did he not want to come with us today?
I can't really speak for his own decisions. Sister might be able to, but
So I did not see him come down with you.
I'm sure he'll work his way here eventually.
We're about to enter into the market. Please do keep an eye out, because this is where the coin snatchers operate.
Hi.
That was not an evil laugh at all.
I think we'll be okay.
Okay. 2 seconds, just going to make a roll. You travel fairly easily through the town. He points out different sites. As you make your way to the actual town itself, or to the castle itself, you notice that it definitely is a sight to behold. The closest thing that you have is kind of like the Taj Mahal, that sort of level of beauty surrounding it. Everything's well decorated. There's guards surrounding the walls. Once you go in, there's beautiful birds in giant aviaries. There's wild animals. You have giraffes, elephants. You have the occasional tigers as well. It is absolutely stunning. And he describes is Shiva annoying you? He describes to you the how everything came to be this way, how the city was created and got bigger, and that the Sultan has his own port as well, taking over the old trade port and creating a new trade port. I have no idea why, but Shiva has decided she's going to sleep under the table.
I can't hear a word you're saying, dear.
Shiva just decided she was going to sleep under the table there.
She was going to what?
Under the table?
On the table.
Oh. Okay. Anyway.
She's away now.
So, port?
And that he points off to a distant path. This path will lead you directly down to this port. I believe that Al-Assad is currently there. Do you want me to take you into your rooms, or would you like to see him now?
Our rooms? Are we intended to be staying here?
Al-Assad has decided that you're honoured guests, and as such should be treated to the same level as any other honoured guest.
Oh, okay. Right. We'll, I suppose, let him know whether or not we accept the hospitality.
So is that what you would like to go down to the port and meet him now?
Yes, please. I would at least. I'm going to look back at the others.
We haven't heard anything, have we? So
Have you not?
Have we heard any of this?
No, you guys aren't close enough to this conversation. And
That's fine. I'll make an executive decision then. Yeah, we'll head down to the port.
Okay. Certainly, my lady. I hope this isn't too forward, but the reason you've been brought here is because you absolutely destroyed a group of bandits that have been plaguing an area for a very long time, and he wishes to honour you for this. Do you know how you completed such a task? Because the army has not been able to do this.
But you're probably best having a chat with Niobe about it. She'll be more than happy to share, I'm sure.
Anything to get to talk to her again.
What? Your mic!
Seriously, like into it.
I don't know. All my testing earlier on, and everything seemed to work. But that's the way.
You just really again, like you what? Okay, so what did he say about Niobe? What's he being creepy about now?
Something, anything for her. And to be fair, she started.
Yeah, but it's still kind of like super creepy. Okay, right. Well, whatever it is, let's just go to the port.
Whatever it is.
Onward.
So he takes you further down into the port, and he is standing there. He is a big man. Are any of you guys looking out of the palanquins at all, or?
Yeah, I'm probably like, ooh, look at taking in all of the.
Okay, Sabina, you have pretty good perception. Shabina, you have pretty good passive perception, so you don't need to roll this here.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't think that Lapis,
No, still napping.
Yeah, and Niobe, you're looking out, yeah? Okay.
Yep.
What you can see is that this looks like an older gentleman. He's probably in his 50s, 60s, somewhere around there. But he has these amazing dreadlocks, big, thick, sort of 2-inch dreadlocks coming down either side. From that there, you can see that every dreadlock has a band of gold in each dread. And as he turns to look at you, you can see that he has a very large ruby with gold surrounding right on top in between all of the dreadlocks.
What colour is his hair?
It at one point it was black. You can see that it is starting to go grey, and it's now mostly grey. He is. You can see that his face is definitely weather beaten. He has been out in the sun for most of his life. As you get closer, he walks up to the captain and throws his arms around the captain. And his brother, it is good to see you again. And milady, who are you?
I'm going to extend my hand and give a very strong handshake and say, I'm Shabina. You've apparently summoned my friends and I.
Oh, are you part of the group that has destroyed those bandits?
Yes.
Excellent. The news of this has travelled across the land. This bandit group has been a scourge upon the lands for at least 10 years now.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Why have we stopped?
The others.
Just make it up.
Are you guys getting out at all, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to wake my
I'm going
brother
to
up.
turn to the other two and be like,
well, to be honest, it was actually a local village who put us on the trail of this hideout. We didn't actually know how great an endeavor it was going to prove when we started, we thought it was a much more routine bit of mercenary work.
No, don't listen to her. Honestly, we knew how hard it was going to be.
Fortunately, I worked a great magic when we got there and saved these 3 clowns.
I believe it's time that we celebrate this victory.
Yes, I agree.
Will you come with me to the palace?
I'm already walking.
I'm falling behind her. And
Okay.
Okay. Are you, Jamil, are you still in your form, or have you changed back?
Done with form.
You're still in your form?
Right beside my sister.
Okay.
Richard.
I was to believe that there were 4 of you.
I just sort of look around and pretend like innocently, like, oh.
Okay. He looks to the captain, and the captain says there was 4, but the 4th did not come. So, okay. As he extends his arms out, sort of from his robes, you can see that he has down his wrists these great big gold and iron bracers on both wrists. And he is still a very muscular man, even for his age. He has kept a lot of that muscle. I must tell you of the adventures that I had whilst I was a young man before my father passed, and I took his title. It was the glory days. Now I just sit here and waste my time ruling the country. I just got a message from somewhere.
It was me.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to kind of look at him like as if I'm really interested, but I'm really just staring at his muscles.
Okay, so as you walk into the palace...
I'm actually going to listen.
Yeah. As you walk into the palace, the place is absolutely stunning, but what we'll do is we'll leave it here, and we'll do a 15-minute break if that is okay with everybody.
Yes, please.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Okay, what's the time? It is 20:48. Okay, so I'll just get this. Okay, so we'll be back at 9:25, if that's okay with everybody.
You have to say that again.
And we'll be back at 9:25, if that's okay with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep.
So we will see you shortly, guys. If you stick with us, we're just a quick toilet break, get another drink, and see you
Fix
soon.
Gareth, Mike.
See you soon.
Hey.
Okay, hello and welcome back, everyone. We've all had a bit of a break. Hello and welcome back, everyone. I have it. There we go. I had the other thing still off, making sure that my sound was coming through. Okay, so hopefully I have fixed the mic problem for you guys as well, and I won't break up as much for you. Okay, so as you walk into the palace room, you see this absolutely amazing, glorious, gold-gilded room, and Al-Assad starts to tell you about the history of the building, how it was built by his 10th great grandfather, whenever the fate of the land was decided, and how they became the Grand Caliph, even, sorry, of the faith, and the founder of the new religion, which I'm nearly certain Sabina knows all about.
Who?
Sabina, sorry. This is me being terrible with names, as always. Shabina, you are a cleric, I believe.
Yes.
And which of the deities do you follow?
Jasan.
The old ways or the new?
The old.
Hmm.
What do you mean,
I just being the person that I am, I just believe that the enlightened is the way forward. With her now becoming the part of the great gods, I would have thought that you would have followed the new rather than the old.
When the floods come, you'll know better.
Yes, she was quite the tempest.
Subtly putting distance between myself and Shabina.
I came to power whenever I was 18. I'm sure you're not much older than that. He's looking to the two, Niobe and Jamil.
I'm not here. I'm Cat.
Oh yes, you're Cat. Yep.
Me?
Yep.
Oh yes, no, I'm. I forgot how old we were. Didn't we say we were at like our age?
28.
Yeah, 28. Oh, thank you, darling. No, but I am 10 years older than that.
I used to really enjoy leaving the palace in disguise, and I certainly got into enough fights and adventures in my youth. And your story has reminded me of my childhood, and one of the greatest adventures that I ever had was left incomplete, and I would like you to try and finish the task at which I started.
How much we talking?
I can certainly pay you well, but the items at which I wish you to find hold great power in themselves.
What sort of items?
He pulls a scepter from under his robe and fires
Easy, Tiger.
he fires it across his chest, so in a wide sweep. Can I get everybody to give me a strength check, please?
Just strength?
Just a straight strength. Jamil, you'll be doing that as well.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I was just trying to find the Cat one, sorry.
Okay, so
yeah, that's fine.
Shabina got 9, I got 15, Lapis got 10, and
10.
Jamila got 5.
Yeah. Okay. All of you get thrown back about 15 foot by this great gust of wind that smacks across your chest and forces you back across the room.
Whoa!
Was that necessary?
Whoa! This is expensive.
Don't lie.
I smack her again.
I deserve that one. That one was necessary.
I look around to make sure that Jamil's okay. Oh.
Kind of just a hiss and heckles up.
It's okay, baby.
He says that this is my scimitar. This is.
And why did you think it was appropriate to start with it?
That's waiting for Zoe to find out.
Because I need you to understand the power that I'm offering you.
Are you aware that you can indeed communicate through words?
Sometimes actions speak far stronger than words.
That's a that time.
He holds the scimitar up to you like this as he leans it forward to you.
I'm going to walk towards him, seeing as I'm 15 feet away now.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my scimitar. Its name is Breeze Across the Desert Sands.
Bree for short.
Sorry, what was that?
Bree for short.
So he hands the sword out. Does anybody want to take it?
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Okay. Can you give me a constitution roll, please?
Mm-hmm. I rolled a 15 in total.
Okay. You can feel great power inside this blade. There is definitely something there. It's not a normal blade.
Can I do a religion check on it? Does it have any inscriptions or anything on it?
It is inscribed, yeah.
Okay. Can I do a religion check on that?
Yeah.
16 total.
There's no. Let's see. I want to make sure that I'm giving you the right information. There's no direct religious connotations on this, other than there's a symbol on it that is known to be connected to the lore giver.
Okay. Are the inscriptions in a particular language that I'm familiar with? I can speak Primordial and Celestial.
No, they're just sigils that are known throughout the Enlightened religion.
Okay. I'm going to obviously be aware that it's powerful, but I'm going to kind of look at it half distastefully and be like, well, what do you want us to do with it?
This is one of 5 blades.
So we're collecting the rest?
I'm assuming so.
I want to find the rest of these blades.
Okay. Do you know where they are or who we're stealing them from?
They have not surfaced in 18 generations of my family. I'm going to look him up and down. You're human, right? Yes, I am human.
That's not that long. It's fine. Okay. Is there any...
I should probably let you know the year, actually, shouldn't I? It's currently 1345.
Okay.
The 18th generation would have been the year 800.
Okay.
And that's 8 generations more. Or not 8, but several generations before his family came into the power that they hold now.
What do you mean?
You mentioned, correct me if I'm misremembering, that he spoke of his great times 10th grandfather.
Yeah.
Who founded the religion. If he's talking about 18 generations back, then it's since before that.
He built the palace.
Yeah.
He didn't found the religion. It was before that guy.
Okay.
So it was the first generation was the guy who founded the religion. It was the 8th generation who built the palace.
Cool. Thank you.
In my cat form, Gareth, I'm going to kind of slowly just sniff around the edge of the room, keeping a wild bird from him, kind of not trusting him.
I'm looking really judgmentally at all the gold. This is a lot of money for one person.
Well,
what do you do with it all?
Well,
besides send adventurers on incredibly interesting quests.
He laughs at that there and says, "Well, I have a harem of wives, plus children. This is not just for myself."
It's a floor.
I'm kind of looking for any more wives.
I'm going to Cap will kind of look at her, turn around and look at her.
So payment.
I can certainly pay you well, but as I say, the blades themselves may be payment enough.
So you're looking for us to find and acquire them, not for you to hold them as a collection.
There's something that I can't explain to you about the blades. They do not work the same way for every person.
What I'm finding it hard to understand is why you want us to go and get the blades for then us to keep the blades. Why?
The blades need to be brought together.
Why?
There are things that are happening in the lands that started generations ago.
Yes.
With the land beginning to reject all life, and the desert slowly taking over everything and killing off everything. In the surrounding area, we have lost entire empires of people. And I believe that reuniting these blades can fix the lands of fate.
And you're just going to give us the blades?
As I say, Shabina.
Yes. I gotta hand him back the sword.
No. Can you try to do what I've just done?
Can I recall the gesturing?
Swing the sword at me, but don't hit me with it.
I step back
No, I'm facing him and doing it.
That's perfect.
I love that little smile you just did.
But he's not me, so it might not have the same effect.
All right. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to face Lapis and try to recall the sweeping motion that he used.
I'm going to go stand next to the Sultan.
Yeah, I take me and Kitty Jamil away.
Okay. And Shabina, are you ready?
Yeah. I'm going to do the gesture. What do I need to roll?
You don't need to roll anything. You're just swinging a sword.
All right. Yeah, it's happening. Swoop, swoop.
As you swing the sword, you can feel that there's power there, but nothing's happening.
Okay.
He touches the tip of the blade and lifts it from your hand, from the tip of the blade between his thumb and finger. And he literally just flicks like that there towards you. Can you give me a strength roll, please?
$11.
Okay. You get thrown back another 15 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so when we get these swords, how do we know that they're going to work for us then?
Because I believe that you are part of a greater need this land has.
Prophecy.
Ankles.
I wouldn't go as far as saying prophecy, but there were tales of sword bearers. I believe that you've already fulfilled one of these to prove your worthiness to hold the blades.
Cool.
Well, I've not got anything better to do.
So, would you like to know more about the blades?
Yes.
As you know, Zahkara is a place known as the Land of Fate. And fate is bound by the four elements of the world itself. I have the blade of air. The blade of fire is still missing. The blade of earth. And the blade of water, along with the final blade of fate.
So, which blade have you got? Sorry, air?
I have the blade of air.
And where did your family acquire this blade?
My family didn't acquire this. This was one of my adventures.
Okay, well, where did you acquire it then?
Have you ever heard of the Haunted Lands?
No.
Have I ever heard of the Haunted Lands?
The Haunted Lands are
No, like, have I? Do I need to roll? Because, she's kind of a temple gal.
You've been... Where you currently are in Jesus is at the mouth of the Haunted Lands.
Okay, so I have then. That's fine.
It is beyond the Ghost Mountains.
Okay.
I have ventured out into these lands and spent a good part of 5 years searching through different abandoned buildings, upon which I found things, unnatural things that I have no understanding of. I managed to break my way through, destroying the beasts that came after me, and my prize was this sword. I believe you've already done something similar.
Was that when we all fell asleep?
You weren't asleep, you were unconscious.
Yeah, we totally did something heroic. I did what you guys did.
So is this a quest that you'd be willing to take?
Seems like I'm already on this road, so sure. Can't speak for the others, but...
Yeah. Sounds like a plan. But is there anything that we have to actually work with in finding the others?
It seems that every blade interacts with the world around it. Whilst they went through the haunted lands, the winds would gust greater and greater, causing greater and greater sandstorms, preventing my way forward.
The Bay of Chaos.
I don't know if the Bay of Chaos could certainly be something. But the world itself seems to react to the presence of these blades.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you full access to my libraries and full access to my map rooms.
Do you have a bar?
I do not have a bar. However, I can supply you with as much wine and alcohol and food as you need whilst you're here.
Okay.
We will need to return to pick up some of our things from our room in the tavern.
I think it would be best that we maintain that suite of rooms. We should have a base of operations that we can enter and leave from expediently. With the best will in the world, this palace is so secure. Us moving in and out, we can't do so without drawing attention. If these artifacts are so powerful, that attention could be dangerous.
Yeah,
I agree, but there may be some bits and pieces that we might want to move.
Yeah, fair.
But other than that, I'm sure one of us can just go pick it up. But
I was trying to get him to fund the rooms. You are no fun, Shabina.
I picked that one up.
I'm sure that we can continue to pay for the room. I'm sure our
retainer. We're on retainer.
We are. We aren't able to other work during this time, so
If it is gold that you need to continue this quest, then certainly I will pay for the entire inn's rooms if that is what is required.
Might be a bit excessive, but
No.
Would you prefer that
perhaps if there's a spare small house in the town?
I was about to suggest one of our small garrisons inside the town that'll give you an area for training, and I can have books and maps delivered to the area for you.
That would be excellent.
Yeah.
Sounds ideal.
The garrison itself would be in the trade district, if that is acceptable to you.
Yes.
It means if we need anything else on hand, then we can go and have a look ourselves.
And
Let me just consult with Mr. Whiskers. He says yes.
No, not you.
Mr. Whiskers, are you okay? Blink twice if you need help.
Is he blinking? I like get his eyes and do this. Just once.
Oh, wow.
He's going to kill you in your sleep, you know that.
Well, roughly what time of day is it now?
this year, you're starting to get the stars are starting to come out.
We have not yet had our evening meal.
I have.
That's why you're so grumpy.
Oh.
I have made a banquet ready for you. So if you would like to follow me, I can take you to the banquet.
Excellent.
He walks you down a few corridors and points out a few of his family's paintings, and this is this and this is this person. Just history that, unless you guys are interested in it, do you want to know any of the history?
I'm not in my character with you.
I am more than happy to listen. I might get some inspiration for a quest ahead.
Okay, so
I've got history lore.
Not a problem. 2 seconds. There we are. He points to a picture of his father and says, "This is Ahmed al-Assad." As I say, he died whenever I was 18 when I took his title. As he goes down, he goes, "This is Bahamal al-Assad, Nasser al-Nassar." Points out different things that they added to the palace itself, and he gets down to the very end of the corridor and points to a picture of a boy. You can tell this is a very young boy, and he says, "This is Al-Badia. This is the person who founded the enlightened religion. He found the teachings of the lawgiver and spread them throughout the lands."
Al-Badia did what? Sorry, the last bit.
He found the teachings of the lawgiver, and
What's
he
log?
the lawgiver is the founder of the religion.
Okay, yeah.
And with the teachings of the lawgiver, he united all of the lands of Zahkara under the enlightened. That was about 500 years ago.
I would like to commit the layout of the palace as we are seeing it to memory.
Okay. If that's what you want to do, you can.
Sweet.
I am just wandering aimlessly around like...
So he brings you into the banquet room. There's a lot of women in... I can't remember what you call them. It's not a burqa, but like the belly dancing.
Sari?
That's it.
No.
Yeah. And they have food and drink ready for you as they direct you to the cushions around a low table that is surrounded by all this glorious suckling pig and all different types of meat, cheeses, wines, grapes, all sorts of things. It's a huge spread. And Al-Assad walks to the head of the table where there's a giant cushion that he lies down across on his side, just starts picking up food and putting it into his mouth. He starts telling you stories of all these different times that he's escaped the grasp of his father and went out into the towns and stuff like that there, and the fights that he got into in the local taverns.
What did you think of the state of the slums?
Of the slums? To be honest, I enjoyed talking to the common man. I never wanted to become the head of the empire. It was not until I was into my late 20s that I realised that Zahkara needed strong leadership, and that I was not giving it to them, and I needed to become a better leader for them. And I returned and became the caliph that they needed.
No.
As an example, the caliph is essentially the pope.
Yeah.
I'm just like getting the biggest goblet of wine ever and just like,
He asks you again about the bandits. How did you defeat so many? Is
the guard still present?
No.
Yes, Lapis, how did we?
Stroke of luck, maybe?
I think we fought valiantly.
It is a great deed.
Magic.
Yes.
The magic that I have seen in this land, I would not be shocked by that. As I say to you, this land is becoming different year on year. Things don't always happen the same way as they used to.
The ruin that this bandit clan had fortified was also the sealing place of a great magic.
Okay.
And it was, or it seemed to be, by blind chance, as my friends lay unconscious and dying, I saw one of the bandits raise his weapon to strike me. Time froze. I heard something call to me from within the ruins, unleashed it upon them, and I believe there is still something of that power with me, but my last memory after that is returning to the local village where from we had they told us it was a very small group of bandits, not going to be any trouble at all, but where from we had gained that quest, walking back in there, dragging my friends behind me and falling over. I don't know that I can really claim any particular virtue in having so done. But when you say there was something...
I told one of them to feck off.
This bandit group has not just one stronghold, but they have completely dissipated. They no longer attack any of the villages that they have became a stronghold in.
So, none of them anywhere?
No, they've all disappeared, been eradicated.
Shabina, what did I do?
I don't know.
Licked them.
I was slightly unconscious at the time, so...
So a bigger magic than I thought.
I'm sure we can check on what happened at a more convenient time.
Maybe it was the power of friendship.
With you? JK, love you.
Yes. What are you trying to say?
Did you see the cat's in the corner of his paws and his face going, oh,
What are you trying to say, bitch? Oh, sorry. Are we allowed to swear? I keep swearing.
Yes, that's perfectly fine by me.
I dropped an F-bomb in like the first 2 minutes, and I was like, I don't... No one has commented on it, so it must be fine.
You can't swear.
What are you trying to say, bitch? Boo, you whore.
He looks thoughtful in what you've said, and he starts to think upon the magics. You can tell that he's deep in thought because he kind of just sinks away from the bravado that he has been doing the rest of the night, and he begins to play with the plaits in his beard.
I'm going to eat while he's thinking.
That's perfectly fine.
I thought you could say I'm going to eat one of his plaits. I was like, okay.
I have made rooms available for you tonight. If you wish to remain here tonight and finish this feast. However, I must retire, and look upon the area which this village that you were in, and see what great power has been known to be laid to rest there. It is interesting, to say the least, that a power has called out to you and has destroyed one of the enemies of the land of Zahkara. Yes, I will leave you for tonight. My wives will look after you from here. Good night. As he leaves, he kisses each one of the women that were serving you. He bows as he leaves the room and walks out.
As he's doing that, only just audibly, like, you'd think they'd be able to afford servants instead of just getting more wives.
It's a power thing.
They need the money for floors.
I'm going to get another one and be like, thanks for not being a wife then. That's wicked.
So,
with the way you're going.
if there's not anything you guys want to do now, we'll end the session there.
Let's party. Yeah, I'm just patting the night away.
I'm probably going to get stuck into the maps and any literature he has that might allude to the swords.
Okay.
100% casing the joint.
Okay.
I want a square meter of the floor.
Okay. I will.
Character arc goals. I want a square meter of the floor. I could feed an entire slum with that.
I will provide you with a map of the interior.
Yes.
Amazing.
I should actually have a floor map for it, so I'll just pull it up.
I was going to say, have you not got one? Because that's such a you thing to do.
I do have a floor map.
Of course he does.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Okay, well, we'll call it there. So, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, all you guys at home. Hopefully, you enjoyed that there, and we didn't bore you too much. So that's us this week. So if you enjoyed it, come back the next time we're on, and follow me on Icthus the GM on Facebook, and you will be updated as soon as we're back again for the next session. So that's us. Thank you very much. Love you all. Bye bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.